Hello, everybody. My name is Carter Cruz. Welcome to my podcast, The Prince Shares the Crown. I'm here with a good friend of mine, James McDonald. How are you today, James?
You know what, Carter? I'm doing good. It's a beautiful day out here, and I'm doing great. Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. So, James, you have been doing podcasts for a bit now. What really kind of made you want to start a podcast?
Well, Carter, I'm kind of new to the podcast game compared to some of the other people. I mean, I've been doing this maybe about 3 months since I started my podcast, The Final Word with James McDonald. But I've been doing interviews for about 2 years now, and that's kind of how I transitioned over to podcasts. You know, I mean, I was been reaching out to a lot of people and been getting a lot of interviews done, and I figured I've been doing a lot of stuff in print, and I figured why not kind of share people's stories through words and through audio and through podcasts, and that's kind of how we did it. So, yeah.
So you liked some of the stories that some of these people were telling, and you wanted to share them with others, correct?
Right. Correct.
Okay, so what really inspired you to start a podcast? Is there anyone specific that really kind of inspired you, or did you just kind of think, you know, we're in that kind of age of technology now, I can do that?
I mean, first and foremost, you know, my parents and people like you who've supported me, but you know, especially some of these people that I've interviewed, you know, it's just really kind of inspired me to start a podcast, and then listening to other people's podcasts that are kind of in that space, you know, Joe Rogan, Adam 22, and the No Jumper podcast, the Breakfast Club, you know, all that kind of stuff, and it kind of inspired me to start my own. So, yeah.
Now, I know during this COVID-19 pandemic, it's been hard to be interviewing with people in person. So, how have you been adapting to the recent conditions that we've been in to get these interviews done?
That's a great question. You know, I don't really do a ton of in-person interviews. I mean, a lot of the people that I interview are all around the globe, and it's really hard to do it in person. So really, not that much has changed with the coronavirus and COVID-19. So it's either been a phone interview or a FaceTime interview, or we've been texting back and forth and doing that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Who would you say would be like maybe one of your favorite interviewers that you?
One of my favorite interviews. That's a great question. I mean, I have about 40 or 50 interviews that I've done so far. But my favorite interview that I've done so far, I mean, I always say it's my most recent one, which it usually is, because that's kind of the one that's on my mind. So I guess that would be the Smoke Perp interview. But my favorite interview of all time would probably have to be the Mr. Beast interview that I did. I guess it was back in 2018. I think I was a sophomore. And we were going back and forth, and that was like one of my first interviews that I did, and it was just great to kind of learn a little bit more about Jimmy and his channel, and you know, just how he was able to grow and just believe in himself and just grow it to the channel that it is today. So yeah, I'd probably say the Mr. Beast interview by far.
That's really interesting to me, because I did not know that you interviewed with Mr. Beast, and
I did.
And
yeah.
He's so popular, and I'm a huge fan myself of Mr. Beast. So at some time we're going to talk about that, because that's awesome. he was he was being inspiration of my own, and I kind of want to do exactly what he does, which is kind of leave a footprint on the world and make the world a better place as much as I can in any way I can.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure, and me as well, especially in interviews. I just want to tell people's stories the way they deserve to be told. So.
Yeah. So, if you have any advice on people who want to just strive and do whatever they can, whatever it may be that they're passionate about, do you have any advice on what they should start to do?
Somebody asked me this before, and I just told them just to network, reach out to as many people as you can. I gave them a task. I think it's hard. And I think if you do it, I think you're going to find some success. And that is, reach out to 100 different people, and not all of them are going to get back to you. Maybe only one or two, but, that one or two could be the connection that you really need to keep building and, just keep working your way up, believe in yourself. I'm a strong believer of, speaking what you want into existence. So I think that that would really help, and just be confident. Be confident in yourself, in your abilities. And there's a huge difference between confidence and cockiness. So be more on the confidence side, and just have faith in yourself. And it's not always going to work out. You're going to get people that are not going to believe in you. There are people that aren't going to believe in your dreams and your passion, but you just have to keep working and keep hustling, and the best is yet to come. So. Yeah,
something that I was always told is that, it's never too late to start your life over.
Mhm.
Because, people make mistakes in the past and they think, it's never going to ruin your entire life. One little mistake's not going to ruin everything. So It's never too late to start over and make something big out of your life. I mean, I know me from personal experiences, I've made mistakes with maybe not doing well in school or something, but it doesn't mean I'm going to not do well in life. I can always just start over and find something that I don't really need too much of an education to do. I could help people in any way I want to, without having the college education that some professions need.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
All right, James. That was fantastic. Thank you so much for being on my show.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, and I can't wait to talk to you again soon. I'll leave a link to your channel down in my description so people can go check out your podcast, because I know you're more a professional at this than I am. So thank you so much for being on here, and I will talk to you again soon.
Yeah, of course. Appreciate you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.